uNkulunkulu ukuze abantu bazi bazisise. When he does something, particularly when God is going to do something new, he gives context. Context is important to God. And context is important in our teaching as a church. So I'm going to preach, I'm going to teach, I'm going to give some advice. When we are going to teach, context is important. Where people teach, so uma uthola abantu imvamisa ikakhulukazi abantu abashumale bengashumayeli ngokuhlakanipha kukamoya, yindaba ngisho njalo ngoba emoyeni sikhuluma ngokwambulelwa. Now ukwambulelwa, it suggests ukuthi there is something that has preceded the message. Something has happened or something has been said that has preceded the message. Amen. But it was concealed. It was placed there. Uma uNkulunkulu ebeka into enomsebenzi for later on, akazi ukuyichaza ukuthi eyani. Kodwa ubukhona bayo ngaleso sikhathi kukodwa kune impact kuleso sikhathi. Amen. Uma uNkulunkulu ezobeka into in a generation, noma ezobeka izwi in a generation, kodwa lingesilona leso sizukulwane, ubunjalo balo it is concealed. Ngamanye message yalo it is concealed. Yazeka later, imbulelwa later. Amen. Kodwa ukubekwa kwalo lelo lizwi in that generation, it has an impact and an effect on that generation. Amen. Ngamanye ayikho into uNkulunkulu ayibeka phakathi kwethu engenamsebenzi. Ayikho into uNkulunkulu ayenzayo engenamsebenzi. Ingakho abantu abahlakaniphile emoyeni kuya ukuthi uma kwenzeka izinto engaqondakali bathi uNkulunkulu uyazi. When we lose our cool and we lose understanding and we lose our marbles ukuthi kwenzekani njengamanje, abahlakaniphile emoyeni baye bathi hayi uNkulunkulu uyazi. Because they understand ukuthi ayikho into uNkulunkulu ayenzayo nayibekayo engenanhloso. Even though kwenye inkathi emehlweni akhe ibukeka iyimbi, ibukeka itragic, ibukeka ibhlungu kwenye inkathi, but for God he has just placed. Sometimes we become desperate and we lose faith kuNkulunkulu because we are only looking at part 1 of a 10-part story. We are looking at part 1 on a story that's got 10 parts. And sometimes uSathane neyinqeleba zakhe bayajabula badanse because banqoba ku part 1 of a 10-part story. Amen. And so umsebenzi kaMoya oyiNgcwele, it is to allow us to understand ukuthi when the whole world is panicking. Amen. Hallelujah. Ukuthula makube kini. Usho njalo uJesu. Usho njalo uJesu ukuthi ngintshela lokho ukuthi ningakhathali. Amen. Ningakhathazeki. So I'm revealing this to you. Abanye bangangakwazi, but I'm telling you these things ukuthi uma ngisuka la ngiya kuBaba ngiyofike ngilungisa indawo ngale kuBaba. Athi Paul umpostoli, ngiyathanda ukuba nikhali, ngiyathanda ukuba ningahlali ningazi ngabaleleyo ukuze kube njani, ukuze ningakhali njengabangenathemba. Because when you have had a revelation, khuluma ngokufa briefly, when you've had a revelation, you look at this incident, ithi buhlungu injalo, you say, right Lord, part 3. When you go home, you're like, Lord, part 3 was difficult. But I know you've got a part 4.
Amen.
And I'm praying that part 4 gives me clearer understanding of why part 3 had to be so painful. Yeah, we can negotiate with God, we can wrestle with God, we can converse with God. We can say, Lord, but if I understand that I was part of your plan, but did it have to be so painful? But let us not lose sight of the fact that it's a context. God is setting up a context. God is setting a context. In all of these things, God is setting a context. And so in the context in Isaiah 43 is abantu badukile, abantu balahlekile, abantu badukile emoyeni.